Hi muckers, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I just want to let you know that I tried doing my regular intro and my voice just cracked because I have lost my voice, but that will not stop me filming YouTube videos. Hi, welcome back. I hope you're all doing very well. Okay, today we're going to be doing something that has been so requested. So as you know, we really dived into the Minecraft world, and surprisingly, the people in the Minecraft world really took me under their wing, and I appreciate that. We did a huge stream a couple nights ago where we reacted to the Tubbo and Dream call, and let me tell you, we were on live for like 5 hours. You were locked in, I was locked in. I'm getting so many comments from people being like, Adam, just to let you know, it took me 3 days to watch this entire live stream. And you know what I say back to that? I'm surprised it only took 3 days. But yes, shout out to everyone who has been very receptive to me covering this. We've been covering a lot of topics on my YouTube channel recently that I never thought we would cover. We've been covering a lot of crypto stuff. We've been covering just the most random stuff, but I've really been enjoying it. And I know that my audience, my core audience, have been enjoying branching out as well. And welcome to everyone who is new. So I've had a lot of requests to react to this specific conversation that happened on, I think, Tommy and Jack's podcast. And this clip, I cannot tell you how much it has been sent to me. And also this clip has 500,000 views, and it's literally just a clip from their podcast, which just goes to show how many people are really a part of this lore and really into it. Also, do you like the fact that I brought the hoops back? I didn't wear hoops for 6 months, and I just had to re-pierce my ears myself. And let me tell you something, I'm surprised I'm not bleeding, but you know what? I love being able to do this again. Do we also love the camp little top? Okay, so let's get into it. I just want to remind you that I'm going on tour, and it's starting in a couple weeks, but also I'm not really allowed to make this announcement yet, but I have the rundown and I want to keep you involved in it. These will be going on sale probably the first week of February. We are going to Brooklyn, Chicago, Seattle, LA, Dallas, London, Dublin, Nashville, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., Boston, Minneapolis, Detroit, Chicago, again for a second time because the first one sold out, Orlando, Houston, Atlanta, Phoenix, LA, San Diego, San Francisco. They will all be going on sale in maybe a week or something like that, so just stay tuned. I just wanted to give you a heads up because I did the last time. And also my Patreon is linked down below. It is such a huge support of my YouTube channel if you could go over and join, and I have a bunch of videos over there that are just for the Patreon, so shout out to all of you that are supporting me over there. But let's get into this. All right, Dream discussion. I cannot believe this has over 500,000 views. Wow, people are really locked into this. And you know what? Also need to say something as well before I start. So in this entire thing, I really have to be honest that while I have dived in for a first time, it was very easy for me to make an opinion and kind of figure out where I wanted to stand with it, right? And here's the thing. I hold no allegiance towards... Is that the right word? I think so. I hold no ties to any of these people, right? And the reason, that I decided, to more so go on Tommy's side was because I watched more information and I, talked about why I wanted to do that. A lot of Dream people really are accusing me because obviously they're Dream fans and I haven't been on Dream's side, and I've actually been enjoying making fun of him, if I'm being honest, because I think he's quite goofy. He reminds me of a male Gabby Hanna, and I like that energy. And the Dream people were accusing me of going into this with a vendetta and stuff like that. Baby, the reason I'm not Team Dream is because Dream makes it very hard to be Team Dream. And during my live stream that I did with the Tubbo, stuff and the Dream call, I was tweeting through it. And if you, watch the live stream, you'll know whenever I was tweeting and blah, 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 whatever. And the Dream people, first of all, the most insufferable people in the entire world. And if you're trying your best to get me to see Dream's point of view, you make it hard enough because you're so insufferable. I had tweeted, right? And I was like, do not call Dream queer. Because in the call with Tubbo and Dream, Tubbo says to Dream, you were selling merchandise, and profiting and basically accusing him in the sense that of queer baiting. And Dream basically is I wouldn't say queer, I've only been with women and, I wouldn't say queer. And then he goes, well, George is straight. Why aren't you coming for him? So, as a gay man, I was like, oh, let me tell you something. You want to hear me on record? By the way, I tweeted, do not call Dream queer. And I tweeted that as a joke because when confronted with Tubbo, he really struggled with the concept of that. And by the way, that does not have to do with him not wanting to choose a label, because if you're in the community, you know what that is. It's called making money off the community. Dream's fans are all mostly queer. Baby, he's pandering towards you. And so I had tweeted, do not call Dream queer, basically like making fun of him on the call. And I got community notes on Twitter, you know, whenever you get like fact checked, and it was like, actually, here's all the times that Dream has said that like he's maybe a little bit queer. Hold on, my manager is calling me. Okay, I am back. So basically, it was like fact checked I got, and it was like, here's all the times that Dream has like implied that he's queer and stuff like that. First of all, I got community noted on that, right? And then Twitter removed the community note because Twitter ended up siding with me. Not that I give a shit, but like, I'm like, these Dream people are like, oh, goodness. So anyways, I just had to bring that up because I'm like, these Dream people have been attacking me and coming for me and trying to get Twitter to fact check me and all like this. I'm like, oh, you people, like, you are difficult, aren't you? You are really, really, really difficult. And you make it difficult to want to see Dream's point of view because, baby, I've said everything already. We don't need to dive into that any further. But all I'm going to say is, do not call Dream queer. Lol. All right, let's get to this. Dream discussion.
I joked that, because you know how like, everyone was like, oh, yeah, now the contracts are up.
Is this average Harry? If so, he came into the Tubbo Dream live stream that we did and then followed me on social media. So if that's you, Harry, hey, babe, I'm new to the lore. I'm still diving in. But if it is, love you, diva.
People are going to start like telling
the
all
contracts.
The whole joke about the contracts.
What about?
No, I'm on about it, but I'm getting to that. I'm just saying,
When you
like,
said imagine success.
yeah. So like, so that with all that happening at the time, I thought it'd be really funny to be like, yeah, guys, when I retire, I'm going to tell you the context behind the tweet of imagine taking
the tweet. Do not call Dream queer.
it for an entire like creative.
An incredible tweet, by the way.
Incredible.
Well,
tweet.
one of up there.
I know,
with,
you were
up there
stressed
with
at the time.
Dan TDM's aura.
You weren't in the call, but we were on a call. I was playing Zelda Breath of the Wild, and you were stressed.
I'd never been in an argument with anyone before.
Yeah, and then you got involved and really.
What age is Jack? Hold on. I can just look this up on my phone. Oh, looks like he's staring at me. Hey, babe. Let me look up what age he is. Jack. I feel like this is like important context. Okay, so he's 22. Oh, so he's the same age as me. Tommy's 20. And then what age is average Harry age? 19? 19? Is that definitely average Harry? Like, I don't want to, because I don't want, sorry, because I'm looking up photos here and I'm struggling to find photos of him. Oh, wait, there we go. Because I'm like, I don't want to be addressing this person as average Harry if they're not. Oh my God, these people are all so young. Oh my God. And I'm saying it about him and he's my age. Baby, we're young. We're in our peak.
To quell some of that stress.
So this is the extra context, yeah. So I was on a walk with
Love these accents.
just in the middle of the day, enjoying the sun.
Well, why do you give the whole context to my mum who's watching? What happened?
Oh God, you and fucking Dream just argued, and then like he got really personal, and then you were like, I don't know if this is real or not.
He said, did you call me queer? Never call me queer.
Is he joking?
He like pulled up your like social blade and like circled it. He was like,
It was mad,
like,
wasn't
quoting
it?
numbers
Yeah.
and shit. It was really weird.
From what I saw, you were memeing. Then
Lol, you know what this reminds me of? When James Charles would be in an argument and people say that he would like bring up Social Blade as like a gotcha or whatever like that. So Dream is very like these people that we covered that we don't like in terms of being money obsessed, statistics obsessed. There's some crossover.
he took it too seriously.
It's almost like there were red flags to begin with.
Oh, they were
we couldn't
everywhere.
see.
They were literally everywhere.
If only,
If only someone could have
if
told
only
me.
someone close to you was saying the entire time, this guy doesn't seem like my
He
favorite
has
kind
your
of
best
guy.
interests at heart. Okay, yeah. Go on. So,
Yeah.
yeah, keep telling.
I was just walking around outside.
But also, I mean, in fairness, whenever Tommy was introduced to Dream, he was incredibly young and was taken under the wing by someone who was also, you know, really popular within an industry, and that's really exciting, and being mentored and stuff like that. So people around Tommy, you know, telling him we don't love his friendship or whatever like that. You're also dealing with the fact that like Tommy started this whenever like you're 15, 16. And let me tell you something, whenever you have someone that is like a mentor who's a little bit older than you and doing what you're doing, you really, really, really start to trust and idolize them. And let me tell you something, no one will break that up. That's on the person for abusing and using that.
and enjoying the sun. That was a lovely day. I remember it being so nice. And then you like text me, Phil, look at this, and I was like, oh, what? And then Kristen was like, oh, what's wrong now? I was like, I don't know, some shit's happening. Let me look at it. I look at the entire thread up to the point before I replied, and I'm like, okay. And then you're like, is he joking? I don't know. What's he saying? Why is he saying it? And I was like,
God, these accents are so good. Why is he saying it? Oh my God.
find out.
Love it.
I'll find out if he's fucking joking.
Yeah, the fucking Avengers theme start playing.
That was the con.
Isn't it crazy that the people involved never knew if Dream was being serious or not whenever he's in these arguments? How unserious is he behind? Well, actually, we know him based on that call. He actually is very unserious on call.
Just looking at that, because I didn't fucking look at it and then just jump in out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You contacted me asking me to be like, what is happening?
Call
Like,
him back up.
I actually did. Well, we were in a call.
No, I remember.
I remember we were in a call with the 5 of us, and I'd never usually get into an argument, but it was Toby, Erin, Freddie, and you in the call.
Yeah.
And let's be honest, you all egged me on a bit.
I don't think you on because I fucking didn't like the guy. I never did.
You were all egging me on. I was like, oh, okay. It got to that point. I was really stressing out because I'd never.
It's really interesting. Not obviously, I'm diving into dynamics and figuring more out. It's really interesting that Jack felt this way from the start. And to be fair, during that time, Jack would have only been a little bit older than Tommy, considering he's 2 years older. And he was never like the Dream person. So Jack is in the in-between age, right, of like Tommy and Dream. So basically anyone that wasn't literally just like a child was able to see through Dream. But honestly, I don't think anyone should blame Tommy for not seeing red flags when it comes to someone who you really idolize and look up to.
Before.
yeah.
I didn't really know what to do.
Who's giving you advice on your career.
Like,
I
like-
messaged the big guns. Like, Phil, I need help, man. Now, I remember after that day, I vowed never to be horrible to Dream again. I have it in my diary somewhere.
Really?
It says never be horrible to Dream. It's not worth it. It hurts. It makes me too sad.
It's not worth how upsetting.
I wrote that as a 16-year-old. It's in my diary. I can find it.
That's wild.
So fucked, man.
That's wild.
What?
Dude, that had such
It
a...
really is crazy. And I don't know why the audience aren't picking up on this as well. Like, you were all there during that time period, right? You literally have the youngest one involved, right? Being like, oh my God, don't piss this person off because it's not worth it. And by the way, Dream is one of the people as well who was the Dream, SMP. Like, is that what it's called? Yeah, like he's the one really Empire here. He's the older one. He's the one that's giving advice and he's the one that's mentoring and stuff like that. I don't see why people like aren't putting the pieces together on how Dream is the typical person who uses someone younger than them who they know is on the rise, but uses enough against them that that person will never turn on them. But tale as old as time, the younger person always speaks up in the older one when they get closer in age to what that original person was. This is a tale as old as time.
You took that as being your fault, like him being a fucking crybaby and
No,
like throwing away analytics that you was your fault and you should never aggravate him again.
Being
It's
a
fucked.
20-year-old man, the age of lots of these people, and going, oh, I would never speak to a 16-year-old.
Yeah, imagine like a child came up to you, like made a little joke, and you were like, "I made you. Look at all these numbers. Here's where I got involved."
So obviously we didn't know what the screenshots were, but that kind of obviously reveals them. Yeah, this is tale as old as time. That I made you. I mentored you. I whatever. Because when people of what Dream did, they never do it off of the goodness of his heart. Remember in his video, he's like, how was I using anything against you? I was going on calls with you every day, and I think you're so talented, whatever. Because they want to have the power of that person. They know that that person could have the ability to overtake them, or maybe already has. They want to get them under their wing, and they want to kind of create this dynamic of power, even if the younger one overtakes the other one in terms of power. If that makes sense. If that makes sense. And by the way, to you fucking Dream people who keep tweeting being like, can Adam McIntyre stop comparing Dream to Colleen Ballinger? Shut the fuck up. We're talking about dynamics here. And ironically, maybe Dream's crazier than that crazy woman. You know what I mean? Well, I won't go that far. Well, actually, don't know. Birds of a feather, we should stick together. And
Prick, man.
Dream and Colleen be like,
I hate him. No, I seriously hate him. I'll just say it. I fucking hate the guy.
Yeah, get off your chest, man.
It's been years. It's been years. I'll just say it. I fucking hate him. I always have.
yes, Diva.
A week into that S&P, he said something that pissed me off. I went, "You're not a great guy," and I was right the whole fucking time. And he doesn't like me. Like I know he's told.
He
me.
has been very outright.
He's been very outright, and I respect this.
Jack has a really good face card. Face card accepted. Wow. perfect symmetry, love the bald, cool vibe. I like him. Love his girlfriend.
We have this with each other. He knows I don't like him, and I know he doesn't like me, and we've said that, and that's cool. and the internet gets more mad about it than we do, because people are like, he made it. Fuck off. Let us not like each other. I don't like him. He doesn't like me.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a spicy Patreon episode.
Can I ask something, which is, so obviously it's the Dream SMP, right? So was it Dream was the original, he had the original channel and people joined then? How did people join? Were they part of Dream's community? Did Dream reach out to them? Can someone please let me know in a concise comment, because I don't want to read a lot, how that formed? Need to know.
Boiled up.
It's your fucking hell, Jack. I think you just had a breakdown.
It's my fault.
No, it's not. It was that time. That time was I saw red, man. It made me so angry.
Yeah.
And I think you've reminded me of it in full detail and how young you were. And it's made me so angry.
I don't feel anger because it's just weird because now I'm 20, as I say, and I'm friends with people who are a bit younger than me, and I give them advice, and I'm a very you call me out for my empathy a lot.
Hashtag empath.
People who are horrible to me. I still feel it.
You feel like you really are oh, I can't be mean to these people who've been utter bellends to you.
I don't.
And it's several people. It's not just Dream. And I'm not gonna sit here and shit on him forever. He gave me a great opportunity. I appreciate that, and he's done individual one-off acts of kindness to me. But I think I've seen him time and time again do things like that, where it's he takes ownership of,
which is what I just said,
of other people and their accomplishments, because he was a guiding hand, and it's it's such a narcissistic, shitty thing to do, and it makes me see red.
Yeah,
because I will actually shut up and get myself in trouble, man.
It's all right. It's gonna be all right.
You're gonna get through this.
See you on X, the Everything app, everybody.
Okay, so first of all, just want to clarify that I didn't watch this clip before I started filming, right? To the Dream people, isn't it crazy that I clocked what he was going to say before he said it? Because I was comparing it to situations that I've gone through and I've covered with other people in terms of these people who bring these people on and have these power. That's what it is with Dream. That's why his video about Tommy is so targeted. That's why there's lies. That's why there's editing manipulation. That's why it's whatever, because Dream is losing the narrative over the control that he once had over Tommy. And a big reason for that is Tommy is growing up, and that's what is bad for these people.
See you over there.
Yeah, I don't know. It's difficult with those times because I know that everyone was a lot older than me, but I do remember it was a really horrible time for everyone. But in recent years, I have no empathy for people over the past few years. But I think back then I have more.
I'm sure he was going through a lot. It was a very stressful time
all
for all
going
of
through
us.
a lot,
Yeah,
yeah.
I won't take that away. I'm not a bellend.
I was 16.
Yeah, it was a bit.
That's how you know we're covering English people. They're saying bell end instead of the C word. But yeah, this makes me sad. Let me tell you, Tommy, I went through my empathetic period, and then I went through my evil period. It will come.
Very dickheadish.
He's still 20 years old.
It was out of line.
You were you hit the nail on the head. It was so perfect.
You did particularly, yeah. That was. I actually watched you see red then.
I've you know what? I've cooled down now. And I realise a lot of the words I use were a bit harsher than I feel.
Well,
but roughly overall, I've just harbored a lot of anger towards that guy for a long time.
It's good to get things off your chest, man.
And I've not made it a secret, but I've also danced around saying it.
At least you did it on the Patreon.
Yeah, it's a safe space here. Other than the few hundred people that pay.
It's okay. I'm sure his fans will be very understanding and not clip it out of context without this bit at the end.
They're not gonna. No, they're not gonna.
It's so funny that many people have said this in regards to Dream and his fans, which are that Dream clips things out of context to do his narrative, and his fans clip it. That's why no one takes him seriously. Dude, I'm diving in from an outsider's point of view, and I'm like, wow, the amount of people that don't take him or his fans seriously, and you're telling me that I'm going to struggle to find whose side I'm going to pick? My God.
Because I feel like there's been a great divide put in place between us and him, and I feel like, you know what, if you have been able to, with your own personal interests, cross that divide, you've got a bit of something going on up there. You're a fighter.
Yeah. well, we're on it now. We're talking about it. I mean,
In the sense that
This was not what this Patreon was supposed to be at all, by the way. We have like listed questions down, but then Phil mentioned this tweet and it set me off.
I thought it would be a good way to hook people into the Patreon.
oh, so that's Phil, not Average Harry. Well, it took me until the end to figure that out.
I can't
as
stop
all this
it.
has happened publicly, like I just think like no one even knows what's going. I mean, you don't even know the full extent of things between me and certain people. That's why I don't really.
Which is crazy. And during that time period, what is he? A child.
Done with it because I'm like, it's
Oh, yeah.
horrible behind
Yeah.
the scenes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well I think the thing is you had
It's
a
like,
close.
why do you think I make videos like 4 people now? It's like, you know what I mean?
And a child shouldn't have to learn their lesson because someone older abuses that.
Really
Like,
sad.
it's just, you know.
I got on one of those 4 people though. Yes.
Yeah,
Classic.
2 of them are in this room.
I tell you what, I got well more screen time in the past few years. Go figure that one out.
And really, the only person who really has won from this is Average Harry.
Ah, shout out Average Harry.
He came out on top.
He's done really well.
Oh, Phil, you really unlocked some bit primal in Jack there.
Yeah, I can
I'm
tell.
a very angry person.
There was some
I
bottled
keep it in really well.
bottled up emotion that needs
But
to come out.
That was,
I had
I don't
to-
think, because I wouldn't be able to find that button to get to, but you found it, man.
See, I don't have that.
Phil, what else do you want
animosity.
him to talk about,
I
man?
don't
He's showing me a whole new side of Jack.
I don't
here.
have this
is-
animosity for him. I just have this like distaste for what he does.
No,
I judge people by
I don't have this animosity. I just have a distaste. That's what I'm going to say when I start want to be nicer.
not necessarily by what they say. And he said a lot of shit, but did a lot of other things contradictory
lot
to
of
those things he
privately,
said
yeah.
privately, which is just
And it's
not
a lot
on.
of them as well. Let's
It's a
not
lot.
just remember.
It's not. It's like it was just red flag after red flag after red flag.
You,
after
it's
red
funny
flag
because
after
you
red
two were the
flag.
people that.
well, I
knew the
just
whole
had.
time.
I honestly gave him more credit than I should have. I defended him at some times as well. Like I was like, oh, it's fine, don't worry about it. It's just he doesn't really mean it. And he did.
We never had a private relationship because very quickly as the thing as I think I joined the Dream SMP and I think he regretted it.
So again, someone down below has got to let me know, how do these people join? Like, how did they join? How did this all come about?
you very good.
Gotta tell me.
This guy. And I likewise went, no, I don't really like this guy. But by that point it was sort of
God, this face card is amazing.
and then we ever since we've just been very civil for the most part. But I just sort of lost my cool. But I still, if I saw him, I'd be very civil with him. I'm not like.
Yeah, some of these Patreons
I see him sometimes. and
are
we're-
not
we're-
worth the $7, and this one definitely is.
You know what I will say here? What's interesting... Oh, that's the end of it. What I will say that is interesting about this to me is that you will always find that the person who has been, like, wronged the most, which in this instance would be the child who grew up and is still only 20 right now, will always make excuses for the people that wronged them, as in Dream. Meanwhile, if we clock over and it's Dream making exposed videos on Tommy and stuff like that after he involved himself by calling Tommy's fans a slur and attacking Tommy for no reason, then Tommy exposes things with Dream, and then Dream's like on the evil defense. Tale as old as time. My main takeaways. I've now realized that is Phil. Average Harry is someone else. I need to know how people dream a dream of time gone by. Join the Dream SMP. Jack has an amazing face card. I feel incredibly motherly towards Tommy for some reason, even though he's 2 years younger. I'm the same age as Jack. I feel motherly towards Tommy. And I find Dream annoying and abuses his power. Take that one out of context, Dream fans. Community note me there, bitch. Don't call him queer. All right, I will see you in the next one. I hope you're all doing very well. Yeah, goodbye.